Welcome back to Bills, Bets, and Beers. I'm your host, Chad. I got a very special guest with me today, TD Phins Talk. He's living the dream. He's creating content for a living, so I'm just going to bring him in here. I apologize for everything. It's shooting from my phone, so it's going to be fun today.
What's up, Chad?
What's going on? I really appreciate you coming on here, but big week. I know you've been busy with all these other Bills content creators and doing all your own fun stuff over at AFC East Roundtable and stuff like that.
Fun times, man.
Yeah, I watch you. I've watched a lot of your content, but I never saw I never seen your backstory. Was it like a passing down of like the torch from your father, or like someone in that role, or anything like that for you, or was it more like you grew up down there and that was a team that you started following?
Well, I grew up in South Florida. Born and raised a Dolphins fan, even if I didn't realize it. Just sitting down. My earliest memories, probably 6 to 8 years old, sitting on the living room floor watching Marino sling the rock.
Yeah.
My dad up on the couch watching the games, and it's just always been Dolphins.
That's awesome. That's really good. I mean, very similar for me. Like, my dad was a Bills fan. We had a giant chair that was all Bills stuff around. But I think by the time I was actually old enough to care about it, it was like, if he was the type of guy who's, if they were down by like 2 touchdowns, he's like, oh, let's flip to the next channel. Who else is? He's like, I've been through this story for like the last so many years, so it's like.
Yeah, they'll do it to you. That's what the Dolphins definitely have done that to me. But I rock with them regardless. It's just a bad relationship.
Yeah, I'm a very I like the punishment, because I've watched games where it was like 20-3, and I'm just like, I guess I'm watching this whole thing. I don't know why,
We still
but
can come back. We still can come back. 30 seconds left, down by 40.
Yep, exactly. Build the frustration. That's all it was at that point. But so anyways, I know you're part of the two and on now, which is awesome.
Expect this.
Yeah, he's definitely been doing a lot. When he's healthy, he's been doing great. And with that happening, I know they've been building this team for the last 3 years or so, and they usually start with having like a team. They start with having the quarterback kind of there, and they did start building with him, and it's getting to that point where your super window's opening, and it has been open. It's just for some reason the play hasn't been there, and I'm just curious, with the inevitable Tua contract coming, do you see that window closing within the next 3 to 4 years? I know, like, you're gonna have this talent there, but how long is Tyreek gonna stay? And
Well, in 3
just
years.
nothing huge, just like a
Yeah, in 3
okay.
years, it's definitely
That's solid. Sorry, it was a long, lengthy question. I just wanted to kind of get it out there,
good.
but
You're good. 3 years from now, we'll definitely be tested with our cap. Right now,
yeah.
I think we have the next 2 this year and next year to feel good about where we are. After that, some tough decisions have to be made. Technically, the tough decisions have already come. Christian Wilkins need to be paid. Robert Hunt, Connor Williams. I mean, we got like 5 people that need to be paid now, but we're deferring that to see how this team overall performs, or if we need to take a different approach. So, yeah, it's gonna get tough. It's gonna get tough as time goes.
Okay, I kind of had that around there for you, because I mean the Bills are getting towards their end because they're hitting their cap stuff already with Allen stuff coming in, but it's frustrating how it's been ending up for us, unfortunately. And
You gotta
last
do good in
question,
the draft.
yeah, last question. I know you. I'm not gonna. I know you see Dolphins going Super Bowl. So, who in the NFC do you see the Dolphins facing this year?
49ers or the Eagles. It's just one of those 2 teams. I think they're gonna go all the way. Both teams, they'll meet each other, and the winner of those 2, I believe, will be in the dance at the end of the day between the Dolphins and the Chiefs.
Yep. I mean, it's arguably between 49ers and Eagles, obviously, and one could say the 49ers could have won it. Won that conference last year with healthy quarterbacks instead of like 3 replacements coming in one game.
Mm-hmm.
But very interesting. So I got some. I want to run through some injury reports. Nothing really crazy.
Poyer.
I just some news just came out like just recently. Actually, Poyer's out.
Yeah.
So that's massive. That's massive news because we're definitely going to need him out there. But Tyler Rapp has been playing decent, so we'll see how he can kind of cover for him. It's definitely going to open that middle up a little bit more, which I wasn't wanting to be more readily available.
We might put up 70 now. So ready.
That's a little, I don't even think you believe that in your wildest dreams.
Why not?
But, I would say the only thing I have questioned for you, I guess, I mean, I put on here Reed Ferguson because of wrist issue. I think it's been something, but I don't like seeing a long snapper with a wrist injury because if we're getting to this game, everything's counting, even field goals. Like if we can't get in for a touchdown and we can't count on a long snapper, that's going to be brutal. That's going to cause for like a block, even with punting and stuff like that. So I don't like that personally. And on your guys' side, do you think Jalen Phillips is going to be ready with that oblique injury, or is they're just resting him just to keep him healthy?
No, he's been ruled out. He's not going to play.
Ruled out too? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they updated that he's not going to play Sunday. So, but Van Ginkel, shockingly enough, has been playing better than him. So, we're good.
Yeah, very good. I saw his pressure rating is pretty decent for what, especially for what you guys expected out of him. I mean, he is. I didn't think he was you guys didn't think he was bad, but you didn't think he'd be that level by this point in his career.
But Josh Allen's about to find out who he is.
I'm just curious. I noticed you guys have 2 depth player wide receivers that haven't practiced this week. I'm gonna the River Crawcraft and Eric. Yeah, I'm not gonna as a Kanuma. I'm not gonna say that name. Ukama, yeah. I noticed you guys only care. There's only 6 wide receivers on a roster right now.
Yeah, because all of our backs,
or
we can flex all of our backs out and our tight ends.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So
okay. So if they don't, do you guys think you? Or
what's that?
If those wide receivers aren't dressing, I'm not sure if they generally dress. They have to at least put 4 or 5 wide receivers out there. But if they don't dress, do you think that might shortchange you a little bit for at least for swapping out and giving rests to certain receivers and stuff like that?
No. Waddle's back. We still have Cedric Wilson. We have Braxton Berrios. You got Chosen. I don't know if they moved him back down or not. And then on top of it, Tyreek and Waddle. We got our 5 guys. If even if something, I mean, those are the guys that's going to come in and replace as well, because our tight ends utilize, to hit the flat. Our running backs flex out. We have, we make it work. We make it as long as Tyreek and Waddle are a combination or one or the other is on the field, we're good.
I definitely agree. I mean, they are quick. I haven't watched as much Dolphins games, so I wasn't sure if those people were even playing too much out there, to be honest.
No,
I know they're at depth, so they're behind Waddle. So I mean,
yeah, and the rest of those guys, they don't.
Okay, I figured as much, but okay. So next one I kind of want to get into is just impact players of the game. So these are just players, just for people obviously watching, and you're no football, so just players that are if these players show out, or if they don't put a good showing, vice versa, they're gonna kind of cost the game or win the game team in a sense. I put 1 for 1 offense and defense, but I got James Cook for the Bills. If he can't get running and getting out there, it's going to make us one-dimensional. It's going to be a brutal game for the Bills. Okay, one-dimensional is not going to save us.
So I see us forcing y'all to be one-dimensional.
Yeah,
and what about your defender?
Ed Oliver, just because I was interested to see. I guess Connor Williams' groin wasn't that bad. I thought he'd be kind of shaky for this week, but he had a limited
Yes.
practice today.
Yeah, he was
So
shaky, so it's a game time decision, I believe. They've been working Eichenberg out at center just in case. But yeah, he'll be fine. I think Connor will play. He'll be fine.
yeah, I just noticed I think your interior, if Ed Oliver can disrupt that middle game and kind of push Tua back at least make him not be able to throw right away in that 1 to 2 second area, that's going to help the Bills really kind of help the defense stop you guys' intense, like, fast paced offense.
If
At
he
least
can.
in my perspective. But
If he can, yes.
yeah, that's what if he can get up there, he's doing pretty well. He's been getting around 6 to 7 pressures a game, so he's been doing decent with it. So, what do you think for your guys' side?
Offense Tua. I mean, it starts and ends with Tua. He plays well, we win. He doesn't play well, we don't win. It's that simple. He's the make or break guy on this offense, which is the best way to have it in your quarterback's hands. And on defense, I would have to go with Javon Holland, our leader. He's saved the day so much this year so far. When it looks like our team was about to break, forcing turnovers and things of that nature, he's really been effective saving the day for us.
Oh, I can definitely see that. He's a ball hawk out there. Definitely. Curious with your guys' cornerback coming back from that concussion and stuff. Do you see him being the second? Because I know you guys have a second-year cornerback that's been the second-round quarterback you guys picked up in the draft.
Cam Smith.
He's been kind of edging. Do you think he's going to start CB2 this week then?
No, I think they'll continue to roll with Eli Apple, and then he'll start to get more reps. And if he makes those reps count, then he'll start to take over that role. But I think we need to, we have to sit back and wait to see, how he progresses.
That totally makes sense. I made one just for you guys, just because I was like, I watch and I do enough, but I put 100% focus towards it. I had Bradley Chubb as your defensive person.
Well,
only because if he can get that pressure on the outside and also keep Allen in the pocket and not let him escape, that's going to be massive for you guys.
Yeah, but if he can't, we can still win the game.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's true.
And if he can't, because Holland's on the back end saving the day, because every team's actually has some success throwing the ball on us. It may not look like it, but every team's been marching down the field on our secondary, and a lot of times Holland is one of the only guys making big plays out there that's like ending drives for other teams, turning them over. So that's why I feel like his continued play at an all-pro level right now will be the difference maker, because he is playing at an all-pro level and as a Pro Bowl and all-pro level, first team. So I'm looking forward to seeing him keeping that going.
Oh, I could definitely see that. I think this game's really interesting to me because it's such polar opposites. We haven't been tested our defense hasn't gone against like a high octane offense yet, like yours, and your defense hasn't gone against an offense like us yet. I mean, and it's a little bit different. We're running 12 personnel now, so I'm interested how you guys are going to scheme up against us. But
again, you're running 12 personnel. We're not getting to the quarterback like that. I mean, there's no evidence that tells me we're going to dominate getting to Josh Allen. So that's not even a part of the game plan for me. At the end of the day, cover well, bend but don't break. We're going to give up some points, but are you guys going to score more than us? And I don't think so.
Obviously, I'm on the ladder, but I think that's just for themselves, Of course. Gotta have faith. I mean, it's definitely gonna be interesting. I'm going to the game actually, so
it's a good one to go to.
I always like to go to the games where there's more closer, at least me, closer matches. If I go to a game, like I could have gone to the home opener, I usually like going, but I was like, Raiders, Bills are gonna shut them out. I'm like, it's like I'm not gonna go watch a shutout. I've done it a couple times because I thought the Titans game last year was gonna be a lot better, and we just blew them out the water. It was fun, but it's like it's a whole day. It's like basically a whole day for me. So it's like I'm 2 hours away from the stadium. So it's like it's a whole thing for tailgating and all that stuff. So I'd rather go up for a game like this and have a lot more on the stake, especially because if the Bills don't win this, we're gonna be chasing pretty much for like the next 13 weeks at least.
Yeah. And if you win, you're in the driver's seat. That's why this game is so important for both teams.
Exactly. That so I have an interesting segment because I've seen people do a couple things where like, if something does this, they win. But I want to go the opposite route.
Mm-hmm.
Bills Dolphins lose if this happens. For the Bills side, if our run game does not come out, if we can't get a run game started and it just shut down from the start, it's going to be, even though your guys' back end isn't that solid, if you guys are fully focusing on that, Holland's going to have at least 2 picks if that's what happens. He's a ball hawk. He's going to make it look like nothing's there, and Allen's going to try to force something. It's going to happen. And that's how he plays. I mean, people can be upset by it, but that's what makes us like him too. He can make ridiculous throws, and sometimes it bites us in the ass, sometimes it doesn't. So I just see it. If we can't get a run game going, we are going to get destroyed. Because if you guys we need to keep you off the field as much as possible. Same thing for you guys. You're not looking for those quick scores. You're going to be looking for those long drives.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So,
trying to shorten the game, long drives, keep it close, and then attack at the end. So the Dolphins lose if you all absolutely shut down our receiving core, and it's not going to happen.
Yeah, you can't shut everything down. I mean, you got, especially with Waddle out there.
No Poyer. Yeah, it's a wrap. 71 probably this week.
I still can't believe your coach didn't go for the 73. I mean, I get what it would do to players, but you already disrespected up to 70. You might as well go the whole way.
Exactly.
But that's what I was thinking. I'm like, you already went this far. At 60, you kind of should have let up, not even put third stringers in or something. And I don't know.
We did. That's the point. We did at like 50 or 40 something, and they ran it up. So.
Oh my God, that was wild game. Yeah, I kind of have something. I had something a little different. I think the Dolphins will have a rough time if the Bills can get that organic pressure up the center and on the sides and really affect Tua. If that happens, the majority of he's not going to have the time to throw down. And also, side note, if the Bills can't tackle, they're going to lose this game. So
for sure,
that's interesting because you guys are Mostert's breaking like record-breaking tackles. So it's like, and he's fast. So if he breaks one tackle, he's gone pretty much, unless maybe someone in the back end catches up. Probably unlikely, but it's gonna be a wild game. Last, I know you gotta get going a little bit, so I'll shorten this up just a little bit. I got some score predictions. I have this being kind of high scoring, but like it's good. I have it going over the over because I think the offenses are going to test the defenses enough. But I have it going Bills 34, Dolphins 26, and I have it going. Tua's going to have a chance at the end, and I think the Bills defense is going to end up with like a pick or like a stop, like a big 4th down stop, something like that. But it's going to be down to the wire way.
We want it to be low scoring, but it's going to be high scoring. I agree with you. I think 42 to 35, Miami tied up at 35 in the 4th quarter. And then, we just have a big play from one of the playmakers, touchdown, game over.
Yeah, it's nice to see similar outtakes.
Somewhat.
I mean, like I said, each fandom has their own. You're never gonna, especially with both our teams are good. You can't with the teams this good and you're a fan, you can't root against your own team. I mean, I have this game 50-50. I'm surprised. I saw on some they had it actually a 3-point game. I thought it wasn't going to move from 2.5. I'm not sure why it moved to 3, but
Bills are the favorite. You know, it's shocking to me, but time will tell. We'll see.
it's a home game. That's really a throw up game.
Yeah, that's true.
3 points is always home. If you're getting like if you're away and you're getting like 8, that's drastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be a good game. I think they're taking an effect just like the crowds and stuff like that, and how we play at home generally. So it's just I'm interested to see. I want to see how your guys' center just fares against Ed Oliver, and then that's going to tell me kind of how this game goes. Because the outside's been doing.
So. Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting matchup. I'm gonna keep my eye on it. Ed Oliver leading the league in sacks for all tackles. So see if he can disrupt the game or not.
Yeah, I watched a couple other people talking about these like a couple of Dolphins YouTubers too, just kind of getting some feedback on Connor, and I was like, they said he's a little shaky with like snaps and stuff too, ish.
Yeah. It's not killing us, but it definitely in this type of game he got to clean it up, you know, because he can definitely cause some major mistakes that we can't afford in this one.
And I'm hoping for something to make it harder on Tua to get that ball out in less than 2.5 seconds, because that's going to help our pass rush. At least it came together with Washington, but Howell's a lot different than Tua. Tua's been escaping even with pressure coming down him. He's been doing very well so far. Yeah. So,
well, we're about to find out.
Well, man, I appreciate you coming on here. I'm just pumped for this game, and I was actually really excited to get you on my channel because you're a Dolphin G legend out there, you know, at least YouTube standards. So you've been running this game for a long. Now you got the dream lifestyle. You just got to make content.
Yeah, that's true. But man, I appreciate you having me. Thanks for hitting me up, giving me this opportunity, bro. But big ups to y'all. Y'all see, Bills fans are actually pretty cool. You know, they know how to talk trash in a healthy way. But I appreciate you bringing me on. I'm glad that we did this, and we got to do it again sometime. All right.
Yeah, definitely, man. And hey, I'll be watching you guys on the round table as usual, and I'll see your morning things every once in a while because there's not much stuff on there to watch. So if I'm just sitting at work, I always listen every once in a while too.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah, no problem. You have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Well, that was TD Phins talk. Honestly, it was just awesome to have it on here. And I think it's like we both have it pretty similar for the Bills and Phins. I mean, obviously we're both on separate sides, but it's going to be about a touchdown game. I think it's going to come down to the wire where someone can have to put up or shut up, and unfortunately, one team's not going to be able to finish it. So that's it for me. You guys have a good day, and I'll be dropping this a little bit later.